up again, everyone, and welcome back to the Damsel in Success podcast. So glad to have you here with me. I'm kind of salty. I'm not as salty as I was this morning, but I kind of brought this on myself. So a little backstory. This morning, I was sitting there thinking, I was like, what am I going to talk about this evening? I've got an idea board with like 50 million things, and none of them felt right. So I was like, all right, maybe I'll get a sign throughout the day. Well, I dadgum sure did. So, let me tell you the schedule of events that led up to this podcast here. So, left for work this morning, driving regular route that I always drive. The town that I live in is full of people who cannot drive, and I was behind a bunch of folks going through a 45 mile per hour zone, and we were in the right-hand lane. There was folks passing us on the left-hand lane, and I'm like, geez, whatever. I'm just gonna get over it. Totally fine. Not gonna make a big deal of it. This guy will go on eventually. It's probably a tractor or something on up ahead. I don't know. Well, all of a sudden, Knox says, "Mom, there's a cop," which he loves cops. So didn't really think nothing of it. But then I see, whoop, whoop, the little blue lights, and I'm like, what the crap? Well, I look down and I'm going like 50 something, and I'm like, oh man. And I was like, there's got, maybe I have a tail light out. Maybe I have something going on because I'm keeping up with everybody else. There's people passing me. Why has he got me? What is he doing? Well, sure enough, pulls me over. Do you know how fast you were going? And I tried to be, y'all know me, I tried to be funny. I said, well, apparently not too fast because you caught me in a Ford. I thought it was, he didn't think it was funny. So I was like, oh, sorry. Not bad. But he says, yeah, you were speeding. I clocked you going 57. And I was like, didn't really think I was going 57. But, I told him, I was like, I was just keeping up with traffic. He didn't care. Did not care. Took my license, registration, insurance, all that, and wrote me a ticket. Never had a ticket before in my life. So I was salty this morning, y'all. But I got to think about it, and I said, you know what? That guy was doing his job. God love him. I love the police. I back the blue. Don't get me wrong there. The guy was just doing his job. I was speeding. And the point behind this message is that just because, well, there's 2 points that I want to get through to you guys. The first is just because everybody else is doing it does not make it okay. It was a 45, and just because everybody else was going 57, which, regardless, just because everybody else was speeding did not make it okay for me too, and I was just the one he got. So, totally cool there. And then the other thing I really think is, I think it's about time for us to slow down. I mean, life is fast enough as it is, y'all. My kids are already 5 and 7 years old, and it feels like I just blinked and they're already, starting school tomorrow. Like, it's unreal. So why do we always have to be in a hurry? Why are we always rushing to get everywhere? Why are we always, pedal to the metal? And it was me not being intentional. It was me I was just going with the flow, and bad things happen when you do that. Case in point, So I think the message that I really want to get through to you guys is, of course, be intentional in what you're doing, and just stop and slow down sometimes. We get one life, y'all. We get one life. And if we're constantly running around like chickens with our heads cut off and we're always in a hurry, we're going to miss so many opportunities. We are going to miss so much in this life because there's so much to see and there's so much to experience. But if we're too busy chasing after the next thing and trying to get to the next place, we're never going to even know. We're going to just, we're going to get to the end of our life and be like, man, I really got there on time. But is that really what it's about? Is it about, whenever you take a road trip, yeah, the destination's cool, but it's like getting there. That's the fun part for me. I like seeing the stuff and doing the things and, just spending that quality time with my kids on the way down there. So think about that. Next time that you guys are stuck in traffic, or if you're behind somebody that's going the speed limit and you're ticked off about it, don't get a ticket. Tickets are not fun. And just slow down. Just slow down, for a safety standpoint, and slow down for a moral standpoint, and just really be intentional about it, and try to see the beauty in it. Try to figure out, there is a reason. If you feel like that you're being slowed down, there's a reason for it. I mean, you never know what God's trying to get you to realize. And today I figured it out. It cost me a ticket, but I figured it out that I need to slow down and I need to enjoy life. And I encourage you to do the same thing. So y'all have an amazing night, and I will talk to you again soon.